Do you remember a time when going on the internet was a good experience? Do you remember having to boot up the computer just to take a look online? Do you remember what it was like to see people having fun and expressing themselves online? Sadly, things have changed. It's all about fame and fortune, and people are hiding the truths behind a wall of lies that lie behind the screen. Social media is a relatively new thing, gaining a little bit of traction in the late 90s, but really booming around the early 2000s. With the likes of MySpace, LinkedIn, Facebook, and YouTube, these sites prompted people to share their lives and express themselves to the entire world. With the release of the iPhone in 2007 and copying Android phones afterwards, mobile apps gave people the opportunity for social networking to happen anywhere. This led to a surge in popularity towards the start of the 2010s. When you take a stroll through any public place, do you notice something strange? Do you notice these little glass rectangles that are distracting people from the beauty that surrounds them? It's hard to imagine how many amazing things have been missed just because of these brainwashing devices. You may be thinking, aren't these devices the issue? While they are the reason people are able to interact with the online world, it's the programs and websites that are distracting them from reality. Our social media persona is often very different from who we are in real life, and the perception of what is real is being lost. Most users depict their persona as living an idealized life. They achieve this by showcasing the positive moments and hiding the boring and negative ones. This leaves a negative effect on the viewers, and when they see all these idealized lives, it makes them think that what they have isn't enough. It makes them think that their lives are terrible, and it influences them to live better. Social media is destroying the lives of millions of people around the globe. It is taking away opportunities for people to experience new and vibrant things in the world around them. Last year, I did an experiment where I bought an iPhone for $20 and tried to use it as my daily phone. The experience was terrible. It was slow, it was not up to date, and nearly no apps worked. But in this modern age of technology, the phone has lost its definition. It is a phone, a device used to make calls and receive calls when needed. But with all these new apps and programs, it makes a portable device with a built-in war zone. I couldn't believe it. I realized that I was leaving the phone in my pocket for longer. I realized that the things around me seemed better. I couldn't believe it, but getting off my phone and seeing less of people's idolized worlds, it made the world around me seem more enjoyable. Since that little experiment, I've moved back to my normal phone. But having realized and learned what I was missing, I am able to resist the urge to take a look at the screen and live in the moment. The Social Dilemma is a documentary discussing the destroying structure of social media and its effects on the users. The director uses many different film techniques to persuade the audience towards the opinion that social media is not a good thing. The Social Dilemma gives us an example of a little girl losing her grip on reality when she posts an ordinary picture of herself onto a social media site. She is rewarded with not very good results and decides to delete her post.
Oh, yeah.
Now you may be thinking, she seems a little down. And you'd be right. She decides to take another selfie, more or less making herself look happy and goofy. Then she pulls out the filters and hides her face behind a layer of edits and overlays. She posts the image and is met with praise. Initially. Let's forget about the hate she also receives after a couple of good comments. But that is also an example of the war zone in your pocket. I think this is cringe. It is cringe to see the world like this. The world has gone mad, and if the people won't realize what's going on, then we are a lost cause. Social media is destroying whoever gets a hold of it. There are so many reasons why social media is bad. Many times more than what I've discussed today. However, I do believe reality is one of the most important things. It is important that you get off the web, and I believe that everybody should give it a shot. Get off the phone when you're outside. Live in the moment and see the beauty that lies before your eyes.